Hi, this is HurricaneShiro and I introduce you to Draw My Life. I am late on this video by like 4 years, but I am still going to do it. On June 4th, 1998, in Russia, in Moscow, I was born. My parents were extremely happy and I think I was happy too, but I was too little so I don't exactly remember how I felt. But we didn't live in Moscow. We lived in the little town called Zelenograd. There are 238,000 people living there, and it is not a small town, but since I am comparing it to Moscow, well, it is. Well, years passed, and at about age of 4, a lot of people went to kindergarten. But since I was an extremely energetic child, my mom decided that I should do sports. So when kids go and do all the extracurriculums? Well, I did full-time figure skating 3 times a day and competitions too. But I wasn't a super competitive child ever. In fact, I was not competitive at all. So I always placed last, and I didn't really care about it much. Then, at the age of 7, I went to first grade. My school was the best in town, and I am so thankful to my parents that they always support me and give me the best. A little bit about the school. They had a great computer program, sports programs, and many other things too. But the thing is, I was not a big fan of school. I was not a big fan of my class specifically. There were a few awesome people who I still talk to this day, but most people were making fun of me and I didn't even realize why. I was so upset at first, but then I thought that I could be awesome by myself with just a few friends I had. 3 years passed and my figure skating coach quit her job and I quit figure skating. My mom thought that I should do badminton instead because it's cheaper, closer to home, and we don't have to deal with finding a good coach. And this is when I actually started being really good at something. And I always placed first, second, or third in competitions. And I was so happy. Thanks to my amazing badminton coach for motivating me and helping me with everything I learned in badminton and just with all moral supports and just everything. He's an amazing person. Then my parents sat me at the table this one time and told me that we might be moving to Canada. And I remember sitting there and thinking, yes, that's awesome. But then thinking, hey, I have to leave all my good friends and badminton behind, and I have to learn how to speak really good English. A few months later, my dad and I hop on the plane 2 days after we got our visas and 2 days before school starts. And we go to Toronto. My mom stays in Russia to pack all of our stuffs for moving. And we went on the plane. That was a time I was really afraid of heights, by the way. About 9 hours later, my dad and I met our family who lived in Canada. My grandfather's sister, my aunt, uncle, and their 2 lovely kids, Natasha and Dmitry. One is older than me and one is younger. They all are a great team. They always do everything together, and it is just amazing how much support they give to each other. And my family got to join their team too. My dad went back to Russia to help my mom, and I stayed with my Canadian family for 3 months, all by myself. It was seriously a hard experience, but because they helped me out, it wasn't actually that hard. It was joyful. And then 3 months later, my parents joined me, and we found an apartment to live in. And this is where my Canadian journey all began. I kind of fell in love, but no, I did not get a boyfriend. I found a friend, a sister, Natasha. She is 3 years older than me, and we actually get along so well. And yes, I'm a bit of a copycat, and I copy what my older sis does in everything. Sorry, Nat. I love you. My next step was to join extracurriculum. Badminton was a little too pricey in Canada, and a year has passed, and I've done nothing except school, so my aunt suggested that there's a Air Cadet program you should join in your school, which happens every single Friday, and you should join. Joining cadets was the best decision ever, but let me tell you, my parents were a bit against it. They questioned me about joining cadets, so did my grandparents and some of my few friends. But it was so worth it. 5 years ago, I was the shyest kid ever. I didn't really speak to anybody, and I barely could understand English too. But I made friends, and I learned how to go outside of my comfort zone. I was still shy after about a year of cadets, but I made so much progress. I love the program dearly, but then people continued to question me. And I learned to ignore people's opinions and just go for what I truly love. Then I turned 13 and I went to high school. I went to the same high school as Natasha, and it was awesome. In high school, I also made friends. I met Talia and few people from my squad. It was such a great year for me. And since I kept with the cadet program, I went to summer camp, which is called Basic Drill and Ceremonial. And we had to live in military tents, and I think it was the coolest thing ever. It was so dope, honestly. In grade 10, I thought I should take drama. And what I didn't realize that it will require me to go out of my comfort zone to 110% of my comfort zone ability. It was the hardest thing in my life back then. A lot of people don't realize that they need to learn how to be themselves. And art, drama for me, teaches you how to express who you really are. I am super thankful to my drama teacher in my school for teaching me how to be me. And I am sorry for the drawing. I honestly had no idea what I was drawing. So, moving on. The following summer, I went to survival instructor course for 6 weeks. It was really hard because survival is hard mentally, not physically. Well, physically too, but mostly mentally. But I still had a lot of fun because I made amazing bonds with people. My staff were the best. My friends were just kind and grateful. And we just became a family. Fun fact, it has been 2 years and we still have a group chat on Facebook with 15,000 messages and we talk daily. Yep, I love you guys so much. And the next school year, I became really good friends with 2 lovely people, Yachen and Chris, from cadets. We support each other all the time and we made great bonds in my squadron. And then, towards the end of grade 11, I discovered YouTube. And I always thought that I will go into science and work as a researcher, and I knew that I liked studying, but that was not what my heart really wanted to do. I really knew how to edit videos because I'm a copycat and I always copied what my cousin did, and my passion for public speaking came up too. And by getting inspired by Connor Franta, Lily Singh, and Ricky Dillon, and many other YouTubers, I thought I should start my own channel. And my first video was how I clean my room. It was extremely awkward. In the middle of grade 12, it was really hard for me. I had cadets, school, and YouTube in the back of my mind. And I couldn't decide what is more important to me, and it always changed. YouTube was a thing which made me feel happy because I knew that I want to make people happy. But for now, I had to deal with things I had, and I decided to quit cadets, deciding that school is way more important and leaving my rifle drill team, effective speaking team, and my dearest friends behind. I remember crying for 3 nights in a row and calling Yachen and crying about life and how much I miss cadets, but then I decided I need something to do with my life, so I really focused on school. But since YouTube was a perfect excuse for me to procrastinate, I stick to it. And it gives me an opportunity to make you guys smile. I read all the comments and messages you guys telling me that I made your day and that I should stick to it. Thank you to all of you for supporting me at what I do and what makes me happy to make you guys happy. Thank you so much. And now, as a nerd, I film videos by myself in my room in front of a wall I decorated. I love editing videos, by the way, a lot, so another perfect opportunity for me to procrastinate. I want to introduce you to two of my biggest supporters in the world, my dad and my best friend Talia. My dad always supports me with ideas and helps me figure out camera things. Thank you, Dad, so much. You are the best. And Talia also supports me with ideas, and it got to the point that we made a channel called Liz and Tal. By the way, the link will be down below, and make sure to subscribe. And I will be moving out with her, with this girl, for university in a year, so we will film lots more and have fun. So in the end, I finished high school, but I am taking an extra year in high school to figure out things a little bit more with my life and then go to university for a media program. And I want to thank all of my family, all of my friends, and all of you for great support and for great words. I will keep it up, I promise. And now, in the end, please give this video a thumbs up and share your ideas for any videos you guys want me to do in future. And lastly, subscribe to my channel. Let's make this channel grow, and I hope I made you smile today. Peace out, YouTube.
Hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe